Hello guys, I hope you're all well. Today I thought I would do my top tips on having a relaxing and calming kind of zen environment for bedtime. I find that as a parent, bedtime, it's the time that I most look forward to, but it's also the time that I dread, because 9 times out of 10 I would always have either a hyper child, an overtired child, just a grumpy child in general. I would be really unprepared and it would get to like 6:45 and I'd realise the time and I wouldn't have done dinner or bath time, and I'd suddenly have to like stop the boys from whatever they're doing and frantically try and tidy. Bedtime just never used to be a very nice experience. But over time I've kind of gradually implemented different things into my routine and it's just made for a much more relaxed atmosphere. So number 1 is to prep and organise during the day to make the evening run more smoothly. So just things like put away your breakfast before you leave the house so that when you come home from work in the evening you don't then have to worry about tidying up things before you then start again cooking for dinner. Make sure that, say, if you strip the bedding in the morning, you've put it back on. You don't go to get into bed and realise that you don't have any bedding on. Make sure that you've got like nappies and, say, milk for your little ones, and you've got stuff in for dinner. If you can meal prep or put dinner in the slow cooker in the morning, then you don't even have to make dinner in the evening, and it will just make your evening so much more relaxed because it's just less to do. You're literally just doing your evening routine rather than finishing off your morning or daytime routine when you should be doing your evening one. Number 2 is to make sure that you've done something during the day that will kind of tire you out enough to sleep well. So it doesn't have to be like running a marathon or anything like that. If you go to work all day, your children are at school or preschool or nursery, then that is enough because you know that you've had a day full of physical and mental activities. But if you're at home with your children, then just try and do something with them, even if it's like a play date in the morning or soft play or going to the park. It doesn't have to be huge like taking them to Peppa Pig World, but just something so that you know that they've burned a little bit of energy and they've been working their brains, and hopefully enough just to make them kind of relaxed and tired in the evening, ready for bedtime. Because honestly, I find the days that I don't do anything, as much as we need days like that, and every so often I think it's great to have a duvet day, I find that the boys get kind of tired and irritable and grumpy just before bedtime, and then at bedtime they suddenly get this second wind and they're full of energy because they haven't burnt it off during the day. So yeah, just try and do something preferably physically active, like for you going to the gym, taking your kids for a walk, going to the park, and getting fresh air as well. If we haven't been out all day, or say we've been to like soft play in the morning, then I'll just go out in the garden for 5 minutes with the boys, or I might quickly clean the car out and let the boys play on their bikes and scooters and stuff in the front garden, or even just opening the patio doors and letting some fresh air in. But yeah, when I get fresh air, I feel like I relax a lot easier in the evening and then sleep better. Number 3 is to fill up all day with nice nutritious food. So just have a healthy balanced diet. Make sure that you have breakfast, lunch and dinner. Don't go all day without eating, because by the time the evening comes you'll be irritable and you'll be grumpy and you won't want to kind of wait to make a nice nutritious meal. You'll just want to eat whatever's in the cupboard. So make sure that you're eating really healthily and try and avoid sugars, especially before bedtime, because I find that when the boys have, say, chocolate buttons after dinner, they then spike in their energy and they're not ready for bed, and then they crash and they're ready for bed but they're grumpy and they're irritable. I also find mentally as well, if I've had a day full of really nutritious food, but I feel like I've accomplished something and I can kind of relax and I've done one of my jobs for the day to feed my body correctly. Number 4, and I think this is my favourite part of the day, apart from maybe in the morning when I do the opposite and I kind of wake up the house, but this is to cozy the house up. So things like closing the blinds, drawing the curtains, maybe dimming the lights, putting on the lamps, maybe getting like the cozy blankets out, just kind of getting everything ready for the evening. It's especially lovely to do when it's winter and it's dark and gloomy outside. If it's sunny, then it kind of feels a bit weird closing the curtains, but I find that otherwise Jasper's just like, it's light outside, it's not bedtime. He's wise to it now. Number 5 is to switch to calming activities. So I find that a lot of parents will be playing, I don't know, Duck Duck Goose at like 6:55 and then wonder why their kids are absolutely wired and won't go to sleep at 7 o'clock. And for some people this works. I know a lot of people that have like crazy dance parties with their kids and they burn a lot of energy just before bed because it means that they'll sleep better. But for me personally, I feel like we need to transition and switch to like calming activities a little bit before bedtime, just for the boys' bodies and my body, just to realise that it is bedtime and it's winding down time. So for example, we'll put the toys away, I get the kids to help me as well, and I get them to help me with cozying up the house, so drawing the curtains and turning on the lamps and stuff. And then we get out, say, some books or puzzles, or we'll just watch like a calming movie, snuggle up on the sofa. But doing this as well helps me to kind of get on with the next step of the evening routine, so say running the bath or prepping dinner, and also preparing for the next day, because that's something that I always do in my evening routine. I'll say get the bags ready for preschool the next day, I'll replenish my changing bag. So yeah, if they're sat watching a movie or doing a puzzle or just something a bit calmer, I feel like I can carry on and do that, whereas if they're like leaping off the sofas and they've got all the toys out, I feel like I can't really concentrate and I've got to be there keeping an eye on them. Okay, so the next three are all kind of linked in. So number 6 is to have soothing music when the boys are in the bath or when we're getting our pyjamas on and putting their cream on. So I'll either play like lullabies on YouTube, or on my Spotify playlist I'll play like spa music or nice acoustic music, and it really helps to just chill me and them out as well. Number 7 is to have mood lighting. So when they're in the bath, I like to have the lights off, but I'll have like a candle lit and the little side room light on so I can still see them. The candle's out of reach, so it's not dangerous, but it just, I don't know, it just makes it all like magical and calming and like we're in a spa. So yeah, I light a candle, or I've got a Himalayan salt lamp, which is lovely because it leaves like a lovely pink glow and it just makes it all nice and cozy. But it's also great because it purifies the air. It's really good for allergies. It's great for reducing stress and reducing like seasonal affective disorder and to help you sleep. There are loads and loads of benefits, and I'll leave a link below to the one that I've got. It's just from Amazon. And then number 8 is to have a nice scent in the room. So whether it's the scent from the candles, so rather than using like awakening or refreshing or rejuvenating candle scents, I would have like calming and soothing and relaxing ones. I use room sprays, so I love like before bedtime I'll go and spritz both of the boys' rooms. I've got a neon one which is all natural and organic, and I think mine's called Calming. I've also got a really nice pillow spray. So the one that I've got is by Avey and it's called Planet Spa, and it's the Sleep Serenity one, and it's got chamomile and lavender. I've always used lavender sprays, but this one has chamomile and it just makes such a difference. It's a really lovely combination. It smells amazing. So I just do 1 spritz on each pillow. I do a spritz in Jensen's cot as well, and as soon as I lay down it just like wafts into the air and it is amazing. I also have a humidifier that I can put oils in, so I like to put lavender oil in that, and it acts as a night light as well because it changes from like pink to green and purple and all nice like relaxing colours. Okay, number 9 is to ban electronics before bedtime. We got into quite a bad routine of Jasper watching the iPad before bed, and I would watch TV before bed, and I just found that we were so wired, and Jasper in particular, you'd be talking to him and he wouldn't be answering because he was so like zoned in on this iPad, or he'd be really hyper and he wouldn't want to sleep afterwards. But yeah, I would watch TV before bed, or I would be on my phone in bed, and then I'd go to sleep and I just couldn't switch off and I'd be wired. So now it's reading books and it's singing. So with Jensen, we'll sit in his room, we'll sit in his little cosy corner. Both boys have got a cosy corner in their rooms, basically just loads of floor cushions, and we'll read a book with him, we'll put him into bed, and then I'll read Jasper a book in my bed. And for me, I've been trying to read before bedtime as well. So I am up quite late working on my computer, but then once I'm in bed, it's for reading. It's not for my phone and it's not for TV. Number 10, and this is something that I really don't think is done enough, and that is to reflect on our day. With Jasper, once I've read him a book in bed, I'll then ask him about his day, so something he liked about his day, something that was funny, something that he didn't like, and we talk about what we like about each other as well. So I'll tell him that I liked how helpful he was with his brother today, and he'll normally just say that he likes my hair or something like that. But yeah, it's just really nice to kind of remember, you know, what did we do today and who did we do that with and what did you like about it, and then also I'll ask him what he's going to dream about. Usually it's me, and usually I'm not doing anything at all. So normally I'll say, what are you going to dream about? And he'll say, you. And I say, what am I going to do? And he'll go, nothing. It's just a nice kind of way to use his imagination without using the iPad. I don't tend to talk about what we're going to do the next day because Jasper gets quite anxious if I say he's going to preschool or gym tots or football, even though they're things that he enjoys once he's there. Every morning he wakes up and he asks what he's doing that day. And whatever I say, unless it's going to grandma's house or staying at home, he gets really anxious and he doesn't want to go and he plays up and it's really difficult to get out the door. But yeah, so I tend not to unless we're going to grandma's house or we are staying in all day. And then it's the same for me as well. So once I've gotten into bed, once I finish reading, I'll lay there and I'll just kind of reflect on my day, just with myself because I sleep alone. But yeah, I just kind of think about what I did that day, and it's just nice to think about what I'm grateful for and what's made me happy that day. So yeah, those are the 10 things that I like to do to kind of relax in the evening, to zen, just to make bedtime for myself and for my children a more calming environment, and in turn help us all to sleep very well. I hope you've liked this video. If you've got any other tips, please do leave them below. I'll link everything that I've spoken about, like the pillow spray and the Himalayan salt lamp and stuff like that, in the description box. Please don't forget to give this a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, bye!